Everybody know this world. Everybody know I'm gonna do.
Hello, welcome back to Lovemeeshh, where we talk about all things
personal, Polynesian, and plus size, and or big and tall, friendly.
I'm just changing up the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on Instagram, you guys had sent me in some of your embarrassing stories, and we'll be adding in some of ours along the way. So if you're new here, don't forget to comment down below your name, where you're from, and if you have any embarrassing stories to add, let me know.
Hey man, let's give a prize away. Hey, whoever has the most embarrassing story, you can get a prize.
You can get a prize. You guys want candy?
Not only did you share your story.
It's October, we can give away candy. Let's go give away.
Let's give a bag of candy corn. Cause it's the worst candy and you have the worst story.
Okay.
What? You love candy corn?
So let's get into it. Story number 1. A couple years ago, we went to a burger joint to eat, and at this point in time, both of us couldn't handle dairy very well for whatever reason. We're semi-lactose, if that makes sense. And after we ate, we were about to leave, and one of us had to use the bathroom like ASAP. So the other one of us ran inside to grab the key for the bathroom located outside by the parking lot, and of course the key gets stuck in the door and it takes forever to open. Long story short, one of us had to say RIP to our bottom garments because one of us didn't make it in time.
Bro,
that's like a high 7.
That's high. When you gotta get rid of your clothing, dog, that's up there, man. I mean, I'm lactose too. We don't mess with dairy, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, I'm so sorry the key didn't work too. Like that.
Oh, that's the worst feeling,
the worst.
Dude. Thinking that you right there. You right there.
Like,
that's
the
ahead
door.
of your business. And you can't get the door open? Oh, man. If none of these other stories that we read have anything about getting rid of their garments because of this, you won. You win.
I was working at a call center and decided to wear a skirt for the first time ever at this job. It was a super flowy knee-length skirt. I went to the ladies' room, which was past the whole section of cubicles, and the break room, which was always full because we worked in a huge hub. Anyways, so I got to leave the ladies' room, and I'm walking across the packed break room, and I suddenly feel someone pull my skirt from behind me as I jump a mile high and give a small ah! My favorite coworker came running from the cubicles because she noticed I had tucked my entire skirt into my underwear and somehow didn't notice. So she pulled my skirt out of my underwear and down over me. All while I thought someone was trying to pants me. And as I take off turning, I smacked directly into a wall.
Because of the situation, everyone saw it.
Especially at work.
Yeah. And so they're gonna pretty much be known as the girl that had her dress stuck in her underwear, tried to get it out and ran into a wall.
Yeah.
I'll probably give it an 8.5.
I kind of would give it a 6. You're scoring different from mine this time.
Hey man, these are embarrassing stories, man.
Okay, so in our previous video, the Who Knows Who Better challenge, people had brought up my favorite song being Wobble. So we're gonna get into that story time right now. You gonna dance to it?
No.
Okay. If you're LDS, you know that church dances are like the equivalent of going to the club.
And there was some LDS dances that was like,
what is it called?
Not only equivalent.
What is it? T squared?
Like or wait, there, bruh.
What is it when you go to the Temple Square after conference dances?
Club T.
Club T. I met a boyfriend there.
I didn't.
I'm glad you didn't meet a boyfriend there.
I didn't meet a girlfriend there. I know what I was there for. To feel the spirit.
Oh, I knew what I was there for.
To feel someone else's spirit.
So we go to the dance and Wobble comes on, right? And so I'm all like, yeah. Not a lot of people knew the dance. And so I'm like showing the dance, like I'm leading the dance.
Flexing.
And that just, yeah, like hella just acting. And so there's a part where like, oh, let me show you. There's a part where like, oh, was it? And then you like, go back like this, and then like, there's a lot of like, you know, but like there was a part where like I went like back like this, and my knee, come back. My knee gave out and I fell straight to the ground right next to this cute boy, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, yes, I'm fine." And I was like, I was so embarrassed. But my knee gave out.
Yeah, your knee knocks right now.
Yeah, it still makes a cracking sound. The Lord was like, "Sit down, little girl." And I was down and out for the rest of the week.
You should have started doing the worm. And
I was just too big for all of that. It was no. We were down. We were down and out. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not that embarrassing.
I mean, it's not that embarrassing. I mean, it because of the situation, it probably pushes you up to like a 5.
I guess I don't get any candy. Story number 3. I think I was a senior in high school. My sister took us to the haunted corn maze. We must have gotten to the halfway mark when we could turn the corner of the maze. All I could see was a tunnel with the killer of the movie Scream standing in the middle, and throughout the maze there were metal arrows directing you where to go. So as we approached this area, my brother was in front of me in the middle, and my sister behind me. As we got closer to him, all we could hear was chainsaws being started. At this time, my brother and sister decided to push me to the back towards them, and as I'm running, I look back to see if they're running near me, and I turn my head and run smack into one of the arrows. I fell back in the back of my head. All I could hear was my siblings dying and left me high and dry. The chainsaw guy turned his chainsaw off to ask if I was okay. You know, at least he turned his chainsaw off and didn't try to like pretend to murder you while you were down, because I could see some people do it in haunted houses.
I would have took that chainsaw straight to your face, man. No,
yeah. I'm gonna give this like a 5. Only because he had to break character and
her story, so it's probably gonna get
But it was good that there wasn't like an audience, I think. You think it was better than my story?
I think your story's gonna be last.
An embarrassing moment for me was when I had a Patron party and had so much fun, and then
I already know who it is. You ain't.
We'll call this person Patricia.
Patron Patricia.
In the morning, my daughter said she found my panties in the middle of the living room floor and no one noticed. Needless to say, I've been under her watchful eye ever since. Lesson learned, just don't wear underwear when I drink.
That is not the lesson. That is not the moral of the story. Is that it?
That's it for that one.
Let me tell you, I already know who this is. It is.
Number 5. I was a swimmer growing up in high school and had a lot of suits, so I could rotate which ones I wore so they'd all be in good shape. I have 2 male coaches, one older that was about 50 and one was about 28. We were doing our after practice exercises. I was doing rowers, so my legs were raised at a 90-degree angle. Okay. And I was doing crunches, and I was on my 3rd set, and bam! My swimsuit split right down the middle of my butt and the seam, and my coaches and teammates were all there. Oh, it was the worst. I have never jumped up so fast. I'm not sure who saw, but I know some did. It was honestly the worst, and I had a nice teammate who ran to get my towel so I could go to the locker room and change.
I don't really think it's embarrassing. Like, if it split at your butt, it's not that embarrassing. If it split like all the way up to the other side,
yeah, but
then it is very embarrassing.
I think it's the fact that she was like mid-exercise, like with her legs up in the air, and I was like, whoop.
I'll probably rate it a high 7. Yo, that story with the getting rid of your bottom garments. Hey,
I'd say a 6.
Yeah. You just said, oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm gonna rate it a 6. Okay.
I had an embarrassing moment when I went to the restroom at the office and did number 2. I flushed the toilet and it started to rise. Let's talk about this, because this was brought up in, what was it? The Garden Boys. They brought up situations with bathrooms, and let's talk about this, guys. The water started to rise. I freaked out and closed the toilet, and then it started to overflow into the office. I got to tell the office workers, and it started coming down the hallway into the front office. They called the custodian, who was an old 85-year-old lady who took her sweet time walking over. Sweet own time. And they knew it was me, and it was embarrassing because she had to plunge my poop and I had to do the walk of shame. What makes this funny is who this is.
Who is it? You know what's funny? She's like, oh, you know,
embarrassed about
she's
poop and
embarrassed
stuff.
about
Yeah,
poop
farting in front of people.
Yeah.
Let me know down below in the comments if you guys fart in front of your significant other. I just want to know, because the person in this story is like, absolutely, yeah.
You know, when she said that you put poop emojis down for me, you should have put them for her. Cause she just be letting loose, bruh. Nah, just kidding. Not all the time. I have heard it though.
So if you're in a situation where the toilet is flooding because there's too much anything in there, the first thing you should do is, there's a knob on the bottom, like a little thingy on the bottom of every toilet. Turn the water off. Turn the water off so it stops rising. Then you can plunge it and then it go. And then you turn the water back on and all pow.
Or you can just get up and plunge the toilet.
Yeah, but if you're plunging it, then it's like anxiety inducing because you have to do it fast enough to make it go down.
No, you just gotta do it hard enough.
Dude, do yourself a favor. Turn the water off first.
It's not about how fast you pump it. It's how hard you pump it. I'm talking about the plunger. It's that, and that's real. And if it doesn't work,
Turn the water off.
Just dump and jump. Take a dump and jump in the shower.
You weirdo. Story number 7.
There's been 7 stories.
Yeah, well, more than that because I've added a few in. Story number 7. I was at the club one time and I bought these brand new 5-inch heels that I thought would be a good idea to wear that night.
Already bad.
I was so drunk and my feet started to hurt so bad, but I kept strutting. My feet started to go numb, and because I was drunk, I didn't even notice. Well, I went to pee and didn't realize that I completely missed the toilet and peed on my feet. And I saw it and thought it was water because my feet were numb and I didn't feel it. So I grabbed some toilet paper and started wiping my feet. But I didn't realize the toilet paper got stuck to my feet and heels. So the rest of the night, my feet looked like I was a mummy, and I walked out of there like a bad AB. When I got home, I finally noticed, and that was 4 hours after it happened. So I never went back to that club again.
I didn't feel like that was that embarrassing. But then again, I don't wear heels, so maybe I shouldn't rate this story, man.
Luckily, the lights are low in clubs, and you were feeling good. That's pretty embarrassing.
Nah, if you didn't notice it until after, and you had a good time at that bar.
If you had a good time.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's still embarrassing. I'm just kidding. I'll probably rate that one a 6 too, but I shouldn't rate it because I don't know what it feels like to wear high heels.
You know what got me? What got me was your attitude to it though. Like, you knew you were bad. You go be your bad self. So I'm only gonna give you a 4.
And you thought you was a BA? You did your thing.
You did your thing.
With toilet paper on your head.
Okay. And number 8. We're knocking doors as missionaries, and we came to a house where a chihuahua was in the yard who kept barking and trying to bite our heels. So we knocked on the door, and just as a lady opened the door, I punt kicked her dog up into the air like 10 yards away. So me and my companion looked at each other and both took off our name tags and turned and faced the lady and said, "Hi, we're the local Jehovah's Witnesses." That's horrible. I don't know if that's embarrassing more than it's just funny. I mean, also,
that's a funny story. It
I
reminds
hope
me
you
of
told your
Anchorman.
mission.
Have you seen
president.
Anchorman when he throws the burrito at Jack Black, and then Jack Black gets up and he's like, "What do you love, man? What do you love?" And he's like, "Well, I love this bridge, and I love my friend Baxter." And he picks up the dog and kicks it. He's like, he kicks it. He's like, "Well, there you go. That's how I roll." And he kicks the dog over the bridge. It's pretty funny. If you don't know that movie,
We don't
go watch
endorse
it.
animal
Anchorman.
cruelty.
Oh no, I don't. Don't be kicking no dogs.
Don't kick no dogs. But that is kind of funny.
Was that Sister Missionary?
Elders.
That first story. That's.
You think they win?
Hey, you take the cake and your clothes and all that other stuff.
We'll get in contact with you. We'll send you some candy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, let us know who you think won. Hilton, do you have any embarrassing stories you'd like to share?
Dude, I had to grow up with thick skin, man. I was the youngest. You know, I had older brothers. I had to fend for my own. So I think growing that thick skin just made me like not feel embarrassed and just to own it, you know, just to be accountable for everything that happens to you. I mean, you put yourself in that position, hold yourself accountable. There's probably stories that I was embarrassed about, but
like
it never like held
fell?
on to me. Alright, me and her were newly dating, and of course I always wanted to impress and, you know, look fly and you know, do everything to impress her. And can you chill out?
No, I can't.
She didn't make the situation any easier.
If I could choose any one, like a fatal flaw.
Oh yeah. It would be that she laughs when bad things happen to people. Or like when funny things happen. Not really she laughs. It really only happens to me. Like if it happens to like her nephew, she's like, oh, are you okay? But if I fell down, she'd be like, oh, you know? And I'll be like,
I don't know what it is. Does anyone know why? Like that's like my initial
you're
like
cruel.
No, and it's not even like I don't take any joy.
You're Cruella de Miche.
Cruella de Miche. That should be our Halloween costume. You can be a dog. I take no joy in laughing at his pain, but I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Anyway, let's just tell the story. The situation, we were newly dating. I was trying to impress. Some of her family, close family, come to Utah. And
we're going to like a food truck roundup.
Yeah, there was a food truck roundup in Provo, and we all drove over there. And there's a stupid train track that runs down the middle of the street, right? And so they have these higher than normal, these abnormal sidewalks that are higher than the train tracks that are implemented inside in the middle, right? So, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was a regular sidewalk. So I was just looking, I was looking clean, I was looking fresh, trying to impress. And I didn't lift my foot high enough to get over the sidewalk, man. And I ate it. I ate it, bro. And she's doing the same thing she did that day, man. She just started laughing at me. With her family right there, dude. She wasn't even like, are you okay? Nah, bro. She was laughing at me. I felt super embarrassed, you know. I think it was her family that was first like, are you okay? You know, while she's over there laughing. Oh, he's okay. But it wasn't even that. I mean, it was embarrassing, you know, because I was trying to impress. But, you know, whatever. You know, own it, man. Be accountable. Make it funny so that people don't tease you about it.
You are very good at laughing at yourself, though, and I am not.
No, I laugh like when something happens to me and people are laughing, I'm like... But... that's probably one tip that I would give you. If something embarrassing happens to you, own it, man. Own it. Be accountable, so that people can't hold it against you. And then when they do something stupid, then you laugh at them.
Okay.
Nah, just kidding.
Thanks for being here. Don't forget to...
Just remember that if something embarrassing happens to you, it's okay. It's alright. If it was a challenge, if it was a trial, we only grow. And we only build strength through trials and tribulations.
Don't point at them. They're going to get scared.
No, they're not going to get scared. They're going to know that I'm serious. Nah, just kidding.
Thank you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to...
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Click the notification bell, ding, so that you can get all the updates when Micha uploads.
If you haven't watched our previous video of Who Knows Who Better, we'll link it down below.
Hey, you know what? And watch it, and for real, give some real comments on who you think won. Because if you do, even though it's her channel, you see some poop emojis in there. All right, and that's for me because I won the challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And so, like, another time, then I farted, and he's like, and I was like, But you said you were. He was like, I lied. And I was like, oh no. And then from then on, I was like, frick it. You married the... Am I the only one?
When it finally does come out, then it's like, damn. No.
Damn. Your tummy growling.
You're embarrassing me.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. The B-A-B? Is that what it is?
D-A-B.
What?
A down...
Nah, it's badass. Big. A badaby? You thought you was a badaby?
A badaby.
Okay, what were you saying about your mom? Just kidding.